cakes, and we don't have a lot of food up here that's good for making cakes, but sometimes we use muffins or some sweet bread, and then we fly up special cake frosting, and we try to make people a cake on their birthday. Well, that depends what we're repairing. In fact, just recently we had to repair our toilet, and it only took about an hour to do that. But sometimes we have to go outside the space station and repair things that are outside, and that takes an entire day of work to do a spacewalk. Well, hi Shire. Our spacesuits are made out of many layers that are designed to hold in the pressure inside of the spacesuit, to protect us from small micrometeorites, and to provide thermal protection. And so it's a variety of materials that make up those layers. Over. One of the most exciting things so far on the ISS has been our more than 20 years of continuous human presence on board the space station. And that has made us ready to move on to the moon and eventually to Mars. Well, one experiment that I've been working on recently, we are actually growing artificial heart cells in weightlessness, and then we are using the weightless environment of the ISS to study different treatments that could help with problems that affect heart cells. Over. Well, hi Carmichael. For our spacewalking spacesuits, we actually use a pure oxygen environment. So instead of air, it is 100% oxygen, and we carry that oxygen for the suit in tanks, pressurized tanks. Over. Hi Owen. Absolutely. I feel so privileged to get the opportunity to be up here for 6 months, and yes, some of it is hard, but it is absolutely worth it. Over. Well, hi Kylie. The ISS walls are made out of aluminum. That is the outside of the pressure shell that holds in all of the pressurized air on the space station and allows us to live. Over. Hi Peter. There's a huge variety of experiments that happen on the outside platform. In fact, some of them I don't even know about because I'm on the inside doing work here, and there are hundreds of experiments happening outside. In fact, the Japanese robotic arm has been repositioning one of those experiments just recently. Over. Hi, Jurian. One of the most dramatic effects is that the fluid shifts from your legs up to your head, and that's because we don't have the distribution of blood pressure that we're used to when we are experiencing our weight on Earth. Over. Hi, Alexis. We have oxygen and nitrogen tanks outside the ISS, and we can use those to repressurize the inside of ISS. As you know, air is made up of oxygen and nitrogen. And then we also have things called resupply air tanks. Over. Hey, Pablo. Yes, I miss my mom and my dad and my brother. I miss my family. Over. Hi, Uriah. I can't believe how fast the time has passed. We've been up here for, I think, just over 20 days now, and it feels like it's been maybe 1 week. It's been going really fast. Over. Hi, Coletta. It took me 1 day, about 25 hours from when we launched until we docked to the space station. Over. Hi, Zana. Normally, we spend 6 months on our mission. I will spend about 6 months. Others, like my classmate Frank, might spend up to an entire year up here. Over. Hi, Rainey. Well, I would speak to the 3 major tragedies that NASA has experienced: the Challenger accident, the Columbia accident, and the Apollo 1 fire. And each of those tragedies have been very difficult lessons that we have learned from over the years. Over. Hi, Owen. For big ones, we actually perform reboosts that moves the space station out of the way. So we have to make sure that we don't get hit by any big asteroids, and we make sure that's true. For really small asteroids that we can't detect, it's possible they would put a small hole in the space station, and we are trained to respond to that emergency and hopefully patch the hole and get back into a good config. Over. Hi, Kylie. It's actually easier to put on your suit when you're weightless on the space station than it is on the ground. So the most difficult part is wearing the suit on the ground in training. Over. Hi, Esther. The Earth looks incredible from the ISS. You can see the curvature of the Earth, and you realize that there are no borders on any of the countries. You're just looking down at the beautiful terrain all over Earth, and it's also amazing how thin the atmosphere is. Over. Well, Jurian, so far I've learned that it's a whole lot of fun to be in space, and I really love it. And I feel so thankful that I get the opportunity to do this. Yes, 2 of my high school teachers